Okay. So, continuous statement in Java. Continuous statement. Okay. The continuous statement is used inside loops. Okay, in Java to skip the current iteration and move to the next iteration of the loop. It does not terminate the loop, it just skips the remaining code in the current iteration. So this is the use of continuous statement. The syntax is like this, guys: continue, continue, semicolon. Okay, now let us see how it works with respect to loop. Okay, I will take for loop to explain this. I will not take do while loop, I will take for loop. Okay, now for example, there is a requirement that we have to print the values from I is equals to 1, I lesser than or equal to 5, I plus plus. This is the loop. Okay, lesser than. I will not take greater than, lesser than. Okay, and the requirement is like this, okay, print 1 to 5. Okay, print 1 to 5, but don't print 9. Sorry, but don't print 4. Okay, or else we'll do like this: try to add 1 plus value of I, okay, but skip the addition when the value of I is when the value of I, okay, when the value of I is 4. 4. Let me take this as a condition. Okay, what is the requirement that we have? We have is try to add 1 plus value of I. That means we have to add like this: I plus 1, I plus 2, okay, I plus 3, I plus 4 we have to skip. Okay, we have to skip I plus 4. We have to skip this. Then again we have to print I plus 5. Okay. Sorry, I plus 1. 1 we have to take, not 4. 1. Okay, what is the requirement? Try to add 1 plus value of I. Okay, this is the requirement. But during this performing addition, we have to skip the addition when the value of I is 4. Okay, so I plus 1. What will be the I plus 1? What will be the value of I at the first time in this for loop? It will be 1. So 1 plus 1, that will be 2. Okay, and what is the second requirement? The second thing, second time, what will be the value of I? The value of I will be 2. 2 plus 1, it will be 3. Okay, then next, what is the value of I? 3. 3 plus 1, it will be 4. Then it will be 4 plus 1, it will be 5. This we have to skip. Okay, skip this. Skip, don't print this iteration. Don't perform the addition for this particular value of I. Then after this, 5 plus 1, that is 6. Like this, right? We have to increase, we have to print this 2, 3, 4, 5 we have to skip, we have to print 6. Okay, so whenever we have to skip a particular iteration in the loops, then we go with the continuous statement. How we do? We do like this: if the I value is equal to 4, at what position we have to skip? We have to skip when the value of I is 4. At that particular time we have to skip, so we will write continue like this. Okay, if I is equal to 4, else what we have to do? We have to print the addition I plus 1 like this. So now what it does is, whenever it sees the value of I is equal to 4, okay, it will continue like this. It will go. We don't even want to write the else part. That is that, like that also it will work. See, let me try run as Java application. See, 2, 3, 4, 6. Right? So this one part is skipped. So how it executes is, it will first try to check the value of I. What is the value of I? I value will be 1. So is 1 equal to 4? No, this is false, right? It will try to execute the next set of statements. Then again the value of I will be 2. So is 2 is equal to 4? No. So this will not execute. It will execute this. Then again the value of I will be 3. Okay, is 3 is equal to 4? No, it is false. Then again it will go to this particular I condition and it will increment. What is the value of I now? The value of I is 4. Is 4 equal to 4? Yes, this will return us true. So it goes inside the if loop and it sees that we have to continue. We don't have to execute the next set of statements that we have written. So it will skip at this particular time and it will again go directly and it will increment. So now value of I is 5. So is 5 equal to 5? No, this will fall. This will give us false and then it will execute the next set of statements. Whenever this particular condition is true and it sees that there is a continuous statement, it will skip the next set of statement and it will just iterate the value of I and it will try to execute the next set of statements. Okay, it will skip the next set of statement and it will try to increment the value of I and it will again gonna check the condition. If the condition is false, it's gonna execute the next set of statements. Okay, so it works like this. When the value of I is equal to 1, so is 1 equal to 4? No, this will return as false. So this will try to print the value of I plus 1. Okay, then again it will go and again it will try to take the value of I as 2. Is 2 is equal to 4? False. Again it will try to execute. Again the value of I becomes 3. Is 3 is equals to 4? False. Again it will execute. Then it will increment the value of I. The value of I is 4. Is 4 equal to 4? True. Then it says, okay, I need to skip the next set of statement by executing continue. So it will execute continue. Continue is nothing but it has to skip the next set of statements that we have written inside the for loop. Okay, it is inside the for loop, guys. Suppose you have written some other set of statements here, it will not skip that. Okay, it will not skip this one. It will not skip this. Okay, it will execute this set of statements. Only the loop, only the statements that we have written after the continue statement, it will skip those. Okay, and it will try to execute the next set of statements. So when do we go with the continue statement? When do we go with the continue statement is if we want to skip the remaining code in the current iteration. At that particular time, we go with the continue statement. And where does the continue statement works? It works inside the for, while and do while loop. Have we written inside the for loop? Yes, we have written inside the for loop. If you write inside the if loop, it will not work. See, like this I am trying to tell. Individually, it will not work like this. You have to write this continue statement inside a loop. Only then it works. You can't write individually like this. You have to either write in a for loop, either a while loop or a do while loop. In any loop, you can write the continue statement. Okay, this is written inside the for loop, not inside if. Okay, this is a condition to check when to execute the continue statement. But it is written inside a for loop. You cannot write individually. You cannot write individually like this. Because it creates no sense. What you are trying to skip, which iteration you are trying to skip in this particular thing if you have write like this. You are not skipping any iteration, right? So for that particular condition, when to go with the continuous statement is when we want some particular iteration to be skipped. Okay, in that particular case, we go with the continuous statement. Okay, so that is the thing. And how it works? When the continuous statement is encountered inside a loop, the remaining code in the loop is skipped. Okay, and the loop proceeds to the next iteration. So it will just try to increment the iteration and it will try to proceed to the next iteration. So that is the use of continuous statement. When we want to skip the current iteration and move the code to the next iteration of the loop, at that particular time we try to execute with the continuous statement. So the continuous statement will not terminate the loop. It just skips the remaining code in the current iteration. Okay. So that is the use of continuous statement in Java.